Hey, I know you've scrolled past 1,000 videos tonight, but this one, it's different. Welcome if you're new here, and if you've been around for a while, you already know what kind of weird energy we're about to step into. It's no secret the internet is basically its own haunted house. We built it, sure, but sometimes it feels like it talks back. Tonight we're diving into those eerie internet mysteries that just won't go away. The kind that makes you triple check your tabs at 2 a.m, and with AI pushing reality around and old corners of the web decaying like forgotten attics, there's no better time to talk about the secrets still tucked between the source code. Let's open the browser window you were never meant to find. Let's start with something that felt like a recruitment drive from a secret society disguised as a logic puzzle. In January 2012, an anonymous image appeared on 4chan's B board. It simply read, "Hello, we are looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test." What followed was an international rabbit hole of riddles, deep web files, obscure book references, GPS coordinates, and encryption methods barely known to the general public. This was Cicada 3301. It wasn't just a puzzle. It was art, espionage, and obsession rolled into one. People spent months, even years, trying to follow the trail. Some made it further than others, but no one ever found out who was behind it. The organisation never identified themselves, and the puzzles stopped as mysteriously as they started. Some think it was a recruitment initiative by the NSA. Others believe it was an art project taken too far. A few even lean into something weirder, like a digital consciousness testing humanity. The truth, still encrypted. And it still updates from time to time. So if you see a strange cicada symbol online, maybe don't click. This one still gives people chills. Around 2005, a disturbing video titled "Blank Room Soup" was uploaded showing a man sitting alone in a white room, eating what appears to be soup, and crying. Then two large humanoid mascots enter the room silently. They pat him on the back, comfort him in this extremely robotic, eerie way, and he keeps crying. The video surfaced from nowhere. The mascot costumes were later linked to a performance art group called Ray Ray, but even they claimed the video was not theirs, saying the costumes were stolen. Internet theories swarmed. Was this a kidnapped man being fed as a form of torture? An ARG gone too far? A real snuff video hiding in plain sight? The man in the video was never identified. Neither were the people in the suits. It exists in that uncanny valley space where every possible explanation feels worse than the last. It's strange, silent horror. And the fact that it has no backstory only makes it louder in your head. In the mid-90s, among Usenet archives, and yeah, that's how deep we're digging, you'll find a post under a thread titled "Markovian Parallax Denigrate." The message was nonsense, mostly gibberish words strung together into cryptic syntax. But it wasn't just one post. Dozens from an unknown user, flooding forums of the time. People figured maybe it was a glitch, random text generated by buggy software. But the messages were consistent and unsettling in how meaningless they were. Some speculated it was a pre-AI test experiment. Others guessed spy codes disguised as noise. Then things got weirder. A woman named Susan Lindauer was loosely connected to the contact email tied to the post years later. She was later arrested for acting as an unregistered agent of the Iraqi government. No joke, no one has ever confirmed the link, but somehow this weird little internet post became associated with possible espionage, glitch activity, and relentless speculation. It's like finding a journal page where all the ink ran, but the shapes still feel intentional. If you know, you know. And if you've never seen Shea St John, you're both lucky and about to lose some sleep. Shea, a character featured in a bizarre string of YouTube videos during the early days of the platform, was portrayed as a former supermodel, horribly disfigured in a car accident. She wears surreal masks, rubber hands, and speaks in jumpy, chaotic edits. Her house looks like a hoarder's dream, and she dances a lot. The series was created by artist and musician Eric Fournier, blending horror aesthetics with absurdist comedy. But something about Shea's world hits differently. It's not just bizarre, it's wrong, unsettling. Like David Lynch meets an abandoned MySpace. What really haunts fans is what happened after. Eric passed away in 2010, and many of the original Shea videos were taken down, later unearthed by digital archivists. Despite the public knowledge of its creator, some fans swear the character, or the spirit of the channel, continued beyond him. Glitchy accounts have uploaded content in her style years later. Some things don't stay dead, they just get reposted. A strange trend swept forums like Reddit and 4chan years ago. People would discover a wiki or website reading like a poorly formatted Wikipedia page. But the page content glitches in reality. The biggest offender, the so-called Missing 411 wiki, named after the notorious Missing 411 phenomena, cases of vanishings in US national parks, the site catalogued things that didn't quite line up in our world. Not just disappearances, but time skips, failing compasses, people phasing out of campsites. The wiki existed until it didn't. It's been wiped and mirrored on sketchy domains for years. Nobody knows who ran it, and newer versions look slightly off, like they were rewritten by someone else trying to imitate the original. Some folks think it was part of an ARG, others think it was scrubbed intentionally. Either way, it archived something deeply uncomfortable, a pattern, and now that pattern is scattered and corrupted, like the phenomenon it tried to document. In 2013, a YouTube account called WebDriver Torso began uploading hundreds, later thousands of videos. Each clip was just red and blue rectangles flashing in seemingly random patterns with beeping tones. That's it. No titles, no descriptions. Naturally, chaos ensued. Conspiracy theorists said the channel was posting spy codes. ARG believers searched for audio patterns or visual Morse. Some linked it to HARP, others to aliens, classic internet. Eventually, Google admitted the channel was theirs, a tool to test video quality, but no one fully bought it. The volume, frequency, and consistency of uploads still doesn't match internal testing logic. Plus, some videos did have strange elements, like a single picture randomly slipping in, or a title in a foreign language. Maybe it's just YouTube flexing, or maybe the truth needs more buffering. Between 2011 and 2016, a Reddit account under the name A858DE45F56D9BC9 posted cryptic hexadecimal strings to the subreddit REA858. Thousands of messages, all encrypted, all meaningless to users, until someone cracked parts of them. Some were maps, past dates, quotes, but most remained unsolvable. The subreddit grew obsessed. Theories emerged suggesting government testing, time travel, or AI experimentation. And then, silence. The account stopped. An announcement followed. The puzzle is over. You can unsubscribe now. No identification, no reveal. Just cold digital air. Even now, some of the strings are uncrackable. Some users believe new posts to similar subs mimic A858 in unsettling ways. So well, it's as if the original creator came back, or never left. The code may be off, but the obsession never faded. In 2015, a video began making rounds among cryptography communities and horror fans alike. It's called 11BX137101. It features a person in a dark plague doctor costume, standing in an abandoned building, flashing binary lights and audio noise almost strong enough to damage headsets. But when decrypted, the video contains coordinates, phrases like "you are already dead," encoded images, including the White House with a skull overlay, and steganographic data hidden across frames. Some thought it was a terrorist threat. Others blamed elaborate web art. Even anarchist groups were questioned. Eventually, a man claimed responsibility, but wouldn't explain the purpose. And here's the kicker. Similar videos with different masks, popped up later. No source. Was it a hoax? Maybe. But it was a very effective one. One that knew how to hijack nerves most people didn't even realise they had. 2018 introduced YouTube to one of its most interesting characters, Sophie. On the surface, Am Sophie looked like a vlog channel featuring a glamorous but awkward girl showing off her house. Normal influencer stuff, until it absolutely derailed in episode 3. Suddenly, Sophie's behaviour became erratic. Her video glitched. Other personalities seemed to surface. Memory gaps, disjointed timelines. Her mansion changed layout. Viewers argued mental health metaphor, horror ARG, something supernatural. Clues were embedded in frames, audio reversed. The series became a full-blown digital ghost story. Then it stopped. No closure, no final post. Just the eerie afterimage of a channel that never resolved. Some fans called it the Blair Witch of YouTube. And in a way it is, not because it was real, but because it planted a seed of doubt. What if someone like Sophie really existed and needed help? Lake City Quiet Pills sounds like an indie band's album name, but in 2009 it was an actual Reddit user's flair and username. When the user Religion of Peace passed away, another Redditor checked out the profile. In doing so, they discovered code hidden in the HTML of linked image hosting sites. That code? Job postings for private security, with terms like extraction required, no casualties acceptable. More digging revealed a pattern, a network, maybe international, perhaps even mercenary work coordinated through a seemingly defunct Reddit account. The entire mystery ballooned. Was it an ARG, real digital breadcrumbs for actual Black Ops-style missions? Only the deep dive threads remained, until they started getting deleted. What's left is digital residue, quiet pills, and enough breadcrumbs to freak you out if you stare too long, because sometimes you're not reading a message meant for you, and that's when you should start worrying. Alright, you made it out of the browser maze, kind of. If you're feeling a little less confident in the internet tonight, well, same. If you liked taking this digital ghost tour, maybe throw a like or a sub my way. It helps keep the channel going and makes the algorithm slightly less terrifying. And hey, we post new mysteries every weeknight, so your next weird rabbit hole is never far off. Take care out there, especially online. Watch what you click, trust your gut, and remember, that was your dose of the unknown. See you in the next file.